inhibits me from getting chest exposure through the use of frames, okay, wedges. Because in this sort of situation, even if he's standing, right, stand up for me, his ability to move is not as great as if he was giving me back exposure, right? So like if Jason tried to run away from me in this sort of situation, no, but while facing me, well, yeah, so this is not as fast, right? You saw what he did, he actually turned around, right? So chest exposure, he has more ability to defend what's in front of him, but he has less ability to move. In back exposure situations, turn around, he gains, don't run too far away, just turn around, just turn around. He's giving me his back. What he's doing is he's gaining a mobility advantage because now he can run away much faster, okay? If we're on the ground, Jason, go down to your knees, like go to a turtle. From a mechanical perspective, the advantage of exposing your own back is that you're able to put your legs underneath you so you can build up to a base, build up to a 4-point position, Jason. He can build up to a 4-point position, now he can stand all the way up, bringing his hands towards his feet, and now he stands all the way up, right? So he gains a mobility advantage, but he loses the ability to establish frames to defend attacks. Right here, I can attack him because he doesn't have as many frames. But if he's on his back, here he loses that mobility advantage. What he gains are these frames, so it's always a trade-off, right? That's the mechanical dichotomy between the two. Now, let's look at the tactical dichotomy in terms of like points matches, right? Now, let's say we're going to look at some passes in a second. Let's say I were to pass Jason's guard here. This is a score, okay? If he turtle up, this is not a score until I get my hooks in. So what you'll often see is, we come back down, not only is there a reason to be turtling up from a mechanical perspective, but there's also a tactical reason to deny you points. And you see this all the time in high-level matches. People don't want to give up points, so they turtle up. All right, so we're going to start in front of our training partner, like so. We're going to grab both his ankles, and we're going to move into a pass, which we're going to use to gain ultimately back exposure as he defensively reacts to the threat of the pass. All right, so I grab his ankles at first. Now my left hand goes inside at his knee, and in my right hand, he's going to go inside at his hip as I step in to a knee cut type position. All right. Now here, what I want to make sure is a few things. First of all, my leg is not so close to him that he can just grab it. Yeah, then he can start attacking. That's no good. Okay. Now my hand is right at about his hip, and my elbow is low. Right. I don't want to be out like this. Okay. Then he can start doing such things as, yeah, exactly, very good. Or he can throw it over the top. Right? It's okay, it's okay. Yeah. If he can get this foot inside here, that's going to be a difficult thing to deal with. I'm probably going to have to take this out and restart, right? Whereas I can keep it tight and low, go to do the second one. It's hard to do. My shoulder is low. Yeah, there's not a lot of space for that. And there's no way he's going to fit that knee inside. Fit the knee inside? There's no space. We have two offensive options at this point. I can go deeper with my right elbow, continuing to dominate inside position at his hips, then moving up to his head and shoulders, and knee cut passing. Okay, that's one option. The second option is going to be, that's the one I want us to look at today, this second one here. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to raise my hips up. At the same time, what I'm going to do is, my left hand is going to go from the top of the knee to the bottom of the knee as I turn my hips, and I step, and I come to a knee on belly. All right, from this knee on belly position, we saw that in this situation, this chest exposure situation, the second layer of chest exposure, Jason is sacrificing points, okay? If he stays here, I am going to score on him, okay? In addition, he doesn't have much mobility if he wants to escape, okay? So what people will oftentimes look to do is they'll turtle up. Now as he does this, go there a little bit, he's denying me points. I never really scored, so come back. So as he goes to make this motion, I'm going to be ready for it. My right hand holds at the hip, keep going, and then it shifts to the top hip. Okay, I follow up with him, and now what I want to have happen, come back, sorry. So as he's going, he goes, keep going. My left hand goes inside, and I grab the wrist. My left elbow penetrates between his elbow and his knee, and my right knee is going on top of his ankle, okay? From here, what I'm going to look to do is, I take my right hand, it goes from his hip, it goes deeper, and I'm not reaching across. We could do that, but here what I'm going to do is my fist is just going to go right here. Okay, so my arm is straightened out. My left hand is going to grab a collar tie like so. All right. Now we have back exposure, but because we don't have hooks, we don't have a good means by which to maintain it over long periods of time, and we haven't scored any points. Right? We need to get our hooks in to score. So from here, I'm gonna break him down to his hips so I can take away his mobility, which is the one advantage he has in a back exposure situation, and we're gonna be able to throw our hooks in then. So I'm gonna raise, keep a good base, good base. Here, look. I'm gonna come up to my feet, my left shoulder is gonna put weight. As I do this, I'm gonna rotate, okay, like so. See how my arm took out his legs? Okay, as my shoulder is putting weight on top of his shoulders. Now in this situation here, my left hand is gonna catch the wrist, okay? Now this hand here, I'm gonna make a scoop grip like so to control momentarily. Now if this is MMA, I can take this leg and drape it in. Now you have a really good position to strike the guy. Because of this left hand on his wrist, he's very, very controlling, okay? Now if this is grappling, what I can do is, assuming his chin is low, I take this hand, I go across, I grab the side of his head. Now this right leg rather is a hook. It's gonna come all the way over the top, and my left knee is gonna slide up, okay? And now it's very easy to pull him onto his other hip and lock up a body triangle, okay? And now we can get to work from this back control position. Let's look at the whole thing again. So here, we come to this basic knee cut pass position. We opt to go for an X pass, and he recognizes the threat of the score, so he turtles up. As he turtles up, my right hand's going on his hip to regulate the speed at which he can turtle up, and I grab his left wrist. At the same time, I want my right knee on top of his ankle. I punch this right arm through, and I reach through and I grab a collar, okay? Now here, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna come up onto my feet, put my left shoulder into his shoulder. Okay, that's putting weight on him, so it's gonna be hard for him to stand up. As I do this, I circle, and I break him down to his base. My left hand grabs his wrist. This is super, super key for everything we're looking at. Sometimes it's gonna be beneficial to gain this grip here. Okay, in wrestling, we call this a Navy ride. In wrestling, we try to do this, turn him over like this. But for our purposes, just holding here is enough. We can keep space between his legs so we can start throwing this hook in, okay? Again, if it's MMA, you can start landing shots. If it's grappling, a better course of action, a more legal course of action, is to grab the side of his head. And now here, take a look. My left leg is gonna slide up, and then my right leg comes over the top here. And now when he tries to stay on this left hip, it's a difficult thing to do. And I can either, so I may not take him all the way to the other side. I may just have enough space to throw my hook in, but that's fine. Ultimately, we get the back control. I would actually prefer to be on this side. So if he did resist me pulling him all the way to that side, I wouldn't even really fight it, okay? Make sense, guys?